Alright, how's it going, guys? Let me start the music here. There we go. Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome to this special episode. This is going to be my top 10 favorite weapons. I'm not going to say top 10 best weapons. I'm going to say top 10 favorite weapons. I'm not basing it off of, I guess, not purely damage, you know. But I'm basing it off of the ones that I think look cool or are fun or, you know, whatever. I'm also gonna do it just, I don't know how to explain it, because I don't want to just shoot it all out like that, right, for example, and just let it do whatever it wants. I'm gonna kind of shift it to my advantage, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave them like this, who knows. But for sure, my number one weapon here, or not number one, I'm sorry, number 10, I don't know why it teleported me all the way back there. It's a little frustrating. My number 10 is going to be Excavation here. I don't know, a lot of people might not like it. I personally like the way it looks, and in this situation, as you can see, you can deal a lot of damage to yourself with it. I don't know, it's just something about Excavation. It just feels very satisfying, just seeing all of it go out like that. It doesn't deal the most damage out of everything, but you know, it's a fun weapon for sure. That's gonna be number 10. Number 9 is Cobra and or Python and or Snake. I really like the way they look. It has a lot of potential. Doesn't always deal you know, the most amount of damage. I'm gonna fire each one maybe like 2 or 3 times just to, oh, I guess I'm all the way down here now. Python has its problems, you know. It's definitely not perfect. I'm gonna jetpack myself back up here. So Python's number 9. Damage wise, it's competent for sure, and I think it looks pretty cool. Then for number 8 is Dual Needler. Dual Needler is up here because I think it looks cool and it also deals a lot of damage. So it's the double benefit of everything there. Oh, I didn't mean to move him. Am I gonna miss with a lot of these? I miss with some. Oh, I do have like max gun and all that other stuff, so obviously I'm gonna be dealing quite a few crits here and there. So don't take that damage as the best thing in the world. This is also only weapons that I have unlocked are in here. Please keep that in mind, because I don't have every weapon. I only have I have a majority for sure, but not all of them. So it's only the ones that I have, which is why this next one is heavy fleet as opposed to like massive fleet or whatever the next ones are. Because it can deal a lot of damage, and you can obviously in this specific situation you can dig people into holes. I think that's a lot of fun. So that's that one. For the next one, I think I'd rather have them up top here. We're gonna go for Spotter. In this case, Spotter XL, because that's the highest tier that I have. I missed with it. Oops. Okay, I need to stop messing with it. I think, like, visually, I think it looks really cool, and it also, as I found out pretty late into my ShellShock career, it does quite a bit of damage. Honestly, so you can see it's doing about 192 to all 3 of them. So if you do the math, 210, that's about 73.5 to each of them. That's pretty cool. Next one is Attractoids. Attractoids, I think it looks awesome. If there's like a rogue ×2 damage somewhere in the map, this can usually pick it up for you. It's a pretty cool weapon, pretty cheap also, but we're not gonna worry about that. I'm not gonna shoot Attractoids more than once because it takes forever. Next is this is a weird one. It's Spider, and I don't mean Tarantula or whatever is next, I mean Spider. I prefer Spider. I did miss with it, but not a lot. Spider, I think it looks awesome to begin with. I think it looks pretty cool. but I do think Spider is better than all the other ones, because as you can see, ignoring crits, the regular hit does 25 damage. And if we go up one tier, because it's the only other tier I have, we have Tarantula. Does 20 damage. That did 40 because of the crits, but it does 20 damage. So I do, with the amount of variance in the shot and everything, I do think Spider is a little bit better than Tarantula. I'm not sure if it's better than the other ones, but my assumption is that it probably is. Moving up to number 3. This one might catch a lot of people off guard, is Orbitals. Actually, I'm a huge fan of Orbitals, because if you're at this close range, you can just do this and it just digs them all the way down. Didn't do all the way down there, but it can dig them pretty far deep, and they do a lot of damage too. Like it's not a negligible amount of damage, of course. Then there's the fun of them, you know, shooting them up, letting them do whatever they want. That's also really fun. It's really cool looking, and it's pretty brutal. Damage-wise, doing that isn't a lot. But if you are able to get them into this specific situation like that, where you can shoot it with a pretty low amount of power at a pretty close range, I do think that Orbitals is a huge contender for a lot of damage. Number 2, we have Killer Bees. I do think Killer Bees are better than Beehive. I'm not sure if whatever's next is better than these are, but I do like Killer Bees quite a bit. I think the next tier is like Honeycomb or something. I could be completely wrong there. I do think Killer Bees is going to take the number 2 spot because of how cool it is. And then before I mention number 1, I do want to say a couple that they were definitely contenders. That would be Heavy Napalm. I think Heavy Napalm is a huge contender because it can deal so much damage, and it turns into Armageddon, which deals unbelievable amounts of damage. If I had Armageddon unlocked, I would definitely have put Armageddon into my top 10. I sadly do not have it. Frogs or tadpoles or bullfrogs also are contenders. Just as I think they're cool. Obviously, these deal more damage at range. Something else I found out pretty late into my career here. But then finally, my favorite weapon in this game, a weapon that I did very, very, very recently unlock, Pyrotechnics. I think Pyrotechnics looks awesome. I think it has a lot of potential to deal so much damage. It's just, I don't know, it's got everything I want in a weapon. It's got cool visuals. It's got, you know, K-Champ loves to mess around with it. So yeah, definitely Pyrotechnics, and all of them actually. Like, I think Fireworks is just as good, and so is Grand Finale. These have to be, it has to be my number 1 favorite weapon. I love the way it looks. The damage it deals is also pretty good. And if they're not all, you know, bundled up like that, if they're separated as well, it's still fairly competent at hitting most of them. Actually, I think it's gonna hit all 3 in this situation. Yeah, see, I don't know. I think Pyrotechnics is by far my favorite weapon. And that's gonna do it for this top 10. Please leave a like if you liked the video. Let me know what your top 10 weapons are in the comments. I'm also gonna have these just all in the description in order from 10 to 1. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.